Hey everyone. How y'all doing today? I'm Kat and welcome to Kat Chat, Law and More. If you're new to my channel, thank you for popping by. Now, just to let you know that I just tell it like it is. There's no drama like you get from some other creators. I left kindergarten years ago. But, if you enjoy this video, you're more than welcome to like, subscribe, or make comments in the box below. Well, even if you don't like the video, you can still make a comment, but don't forget that I eat trolls for breakfast. And, then they go straight into a special video, where we will all have a good laugh at your expense. You have been warned. Other than that, please sit back, watch, shriek, laugh, yawn, join in and enjoy the ride. It certainly has been a crazy time. Okay, so if you don't already know Rackets, here's a bit of a rundown for you. Nick Rekieta is a lawyer from Minnesota. He's recently celebrated his 18th anniversary with his wife and they have 5 lovely children. He pops up on many social media platforms, but was suspended from Twitter a few days ago, and then was yeeted off YouTube during a stream. I've had to swap and change this video over and over because only a few hours ago, the YouTube ban was lifted. And now, it looks like he's had mass flagging on Twitch too. I'll give more about that in a minute. Now, here's the thing. He is an exceptional lawyer, but, on social media you can probably describe him as a lovable rogue that you either love or hate. But some people just love to hate him. He can be a nightmare. I mean, he streams at 11 at night, Central Time, keeping us up for hours until 5, 6 or 7 the next morning when we are all half dead. When we all have to work. When we all have to work while Rackets is snoring in bed. That's not the only thing. Rackets likes to swear a lot. Seriously, trying to find a video clip of him not swearing was pretty difficult. He drinks a lot. He eats a lot. And he likes to take a lot of photographs of his legs and feet. Do you think that those legs would enjoy a great waxing? And, then there's the occasional cigar to throw in for good measure. But what I can say about Rackets is that he is honest and open. He's honest about his thoughts, feelings and opinions. And, when he's chatting on stream he certainly does have a way with words. Now some of them can make your eyes water. So, if you're a sensitive soul then he's probably not the best person for you on YouTube. Now I can honestly say that I wouldn't normally watch anyone like Nick, but there's something about him that's pretty captivating. I also need to say that some of what he says can also be misconstrued. Some people do get the wrong idea about what he says, especially if you don't know him well, or are new to his streams. So if you have a sudden shock that he's against something, such as a group of people, you just need to stop for a second and have a think about what he was actually talking about. For someone who is still talking at 4 a.m., he can weirdly talk a lot of sense. I have been very impressed in how he talks about himself, and his own real thoughts and feelings about things. It's always nice to hear stuff talked about from the male perspective. He talks quite freely about a lot of stuff including love and relationships. He's already said in his chats that if you want to know about how to keep a lady then you need to get advice from him. He's also talked about how he met Lady Rackets, and what is kinda sweet is that he talked about how she's been the only one for him. The way he tried to get her attention was quite funny though, and I'm sure he'll talk again about the time he became a cheerleader. You can have a laugh and a joke with Rackets. And, if you've never watched his streams, try to get to see his unbreaded piece where he puts his Pope hat on. It's an experience you'll never want to forget. Well, you might. But, you have been warned. Before I get on to the bans, suspensions and being freed again, there's one thing I have to say. Rackets will get this. While I've had the pleasure to work with someone from Mankato, every time I hear the word, Minnesota, this is the vision I always get. Now Rackets is about an hour and a half away from Walnut Grove, but I just can't help myself. I'd also love to put the theme tune up on here but I'd probably get a copyright strike and certainly don't want that. Right, so here's the lowdown on the banning. Racket seems to get banned from social media more times than the average person changes their underwear. This is down to all the false flagging on videos and comments. I truly believe that there are people out there who are extremely jealous of Rackets. And, I've already done a few videos including shorts about this. The most recent ban has hacked off more people than all the other bans. And, I mean, seriously hacked off. Now, while this idiot wants to take full credit for the ban, he had absolutely nothing to do with it at all. He is just a joke. He continuously tries to look important to his followers. I can't wait to tell you exactly how many he has. It's certainly not the number on his profile. The person who is completely responsible is Keffals and their followers. This is a very sad, pent-up and angry, vile human being. This person doctored a video from one of Rackets' streams to make it look like he had threatened them with death. Now fortunately, I was actually watching the stream that it supposedly came from. And he didn't say anything of the kind. I'd happily stand up in court and swear to this too. Not because I support Rackets, but I watched the whole stream and there was not one single threat, not one single death threat of any kind. It's actually quite easy to doctor a video, by taking different parts of a stream and joining them up to create new sentences. If you want me to, I can demonstrate this. Just let me know in the comments box below. So this 28-year-old Canadian knows exactly what it's like to be suspended from social media. Twitch gave a suspension out in July this year due to pictures that were put up. I think that Twitter should now suspend them for these two vile tweets. Now here's the thing. When Keffals wanted to harass others, they used to go to Kiwi Farms to get their personal information. This information was then used for the purpose of doxing and swatting. But at some point, Keffals and Kiwi Farms fell out. Kiwi Farms gave Keffals personal details to someone asking for them. This resulted in Keffals being doxed and swatted. I do love karma. Along with Rackets, Keffals is also waging war on Kiwi Farms. Okay, so going back to Rackets, 54 people wrote to the ethics board in Minnesota, with false accusations about this doctored video. Now, what all of these idiots failed to do is read the small print. But if they did, they would have known that their information would be given to Rackets. Rackets said in one of his streams that he would be putting the information up on YouTube with the personal details redacted. He also said he might put the full information up on his local's profile for everyone to view. But none of this is doxing because it would be going into the public domain anyhow. If you want a loose example of how this would not be doxing, you only need to watch one of the live Zoom court streams on YouTube such as Judge Middleton, or even go to this document that is a lawsuit against Boozy. It was just by chance that at some point in the day, before he got banned, I saw this. I've included a thread so that you can either pause this video or read it at another time. How dumb can you be to comment and admit that you were one of those who complained about Rackets? This was the start of the mass flagging on YouTube about his channel. Keffals stirred the pot and encouraged the mass flagging of Rackets. Not only that, but her lawyer was also involved in this too. This is a lawyer who was called out by Rackets for hateful speech, and as a result of this, she now also hates Rackets. This is the very lawyer who should be banned from practicing, not Rackets. Rackets, if and when you get to watch this video, please consider making a complaint to her ethics board as we have genuine evidence. And once again, it's the bullies who claim they are the ones being harassed. Interestingly, we already know that Boozy had nothing to do with this, but as he wants the attention and took great pride in gloating about it, he truly is an idiot. An idiot that doesn't realize that we now have evidence that can, yet again, be used against him in a lawsuit. Well done, Boozy. I hope that you are saving up to pay for all these lawsuits against you. And, as Boozy keeps on saying how wonderful his bot crapannel is, then we should all see that Keffals and her loons are rated as problematic on his website. But, I can guarantee they won't be. That is the most useless, biased tracking system, with the worst ever cybersecurity protection we've ever seen. Let's just say a 5-year-old can get into it and change things if they wanted. Oh, Halloween can't come soon enough. So, because of the mass flagging from Keffals and the loons, the YouTube stream went down as Rackets was talking. I was half watching at the time, as I was also putting together a lovely video on him. This has now changed to this video. And, the only part of that stream I can show you is this bit, due to the swearing.
That's something.
You can tell he's in complete shock. I really felt for him, and he also looks pretty worn down, which is hardly surprising given all the hate he has had to endure recently. You may already be aware that I've already had calls for my channel to be banned, and it has been reported, and I've also been called some terrible things, but I have been so lucky not to have had the amount of grief that Rackets has. He doesn't deserve any of it. He's a really nice guy. There's been times when he's invited Keffals, Kiwi Farms and Boozy onto his streams. Only Duncan from Kiwi Farms accepted. But that turned into a car crash due to his attitude. But even then, as Rackets is a nice guy, he donated some of the money to Duncan for his attendance. Despite that, even he was happy that Rackets got banned from YouTube. Keffels and Kiwi Farms were made for each other. At least Rackets has his channel back up again. But, Rackets has yet to stream on it. I wouldn't blame him if he stuck 2 fingers up at YouTube and carried on elsewhere, like on Rumble. Rackets has been making YouTube a lot of money, and they should be grateful to have him. But, he's also been very successful in his own right. This is some, up to this minute, information. And if you want to compare it to the day before the ban, here it is. As you can see, a lot of people have subscribed to his channel since he was unbanned. Now if you're wondering why there is a minus number for views, this is because one of the videos got taken down, again due to false flagging. Now, it's only fair to see the channel belonging to Keffels, isn't it? So here it is. Make of that what you will. I would show you mine, but as I'm not monetized, I haven't got one. So you are welcome to pretend that I am Mr. Beast instead. I wish Elon Musk had given me $1 million, just like he gave to Mr. Beast for one of his videos. According to the data on Rackets for YouTube, he's already gotten just a little over $1 million, whereas Keffels has only reached 108. If you received $1 million through YouTube or given it by Elon, what would you do with yours? Interestingly, according to Boozy and Friends, that umbrella guy is a millionaire, so in my next video, you'll be finding out what Tug will be doing with his. Wow. This has been a long video. I could have talked for hours. If you are still here, then I would like to thank you ever so much for staying. You could have walked away or fallen asleep at any time. But I'm happy that you didn't. The problem is that YouTube can terminate any channel for any reason they see fit, and once it's gone, it's gone. And the creator is then banned from setting up a new one. I'm glad that YouTube reinstated Rackets, but I have a feeling that he is still going to be targeted for many months to come. YouTube need to focus their banning policies on those who actually break the rules. Starting with Keffels. Rackets is still banned from Twitter and Twitch for similar reasons. But I hope to be reporting good news on these at some point in the near future. Well, that's about it for the moment. I hope that you've liked watching this video. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for being here.